Portofino, Italy's beloved seaside treasure. Once a fishing village, it's been the destination of the jet set since the 1950s. Portofino has inspired a novel. It's inspired movies. It inspired a famous song named after it. It even inspired Ferrari to name a car after it. And it inspires travelers today to gaze in wonderment at one of Italy's most beautiful harbors. Join us as we explore the treasures of Portofino. Located in northern Italy on the Ligurian coast near Genoa, Portofino means the dolphin's home. We'll explore what makes this tiny seaside village so loved. How both British royalty and Hollywood royalty made this little piece of paradise famous in the 20th century. Discover the best vantage points for that ultimate Instagram shot or selfie. Experience a weird and quirky outdoor sculpture gallery. We'll enjoy an evening drink at a lighthouse and lunch at one of Italy's most exclusive hotels. Portofino is so famous there are even full-size replicas of the town. One in Universal Orlando Resort in the USA. Even Disney got in on the act, with Portofino inspiring a recreation of its harbor at Disneyland Tokyo, Japan. So why does Portofino prompt all of this inspiration? Well, the best answer is to come to Italy and see the real thing for yourself. Portofino's aging pastel buildings lining the edge of the calm harbour on the Mediterranean Sea can be described as quaint, picturesque, chic, romantic, magical, even a living dream. The cafes lining the waterfront and the luxury launches allow visitors to sit back and enjoy la Dolce Vita, the sweet life. The old fishing village has been mentioned in documents as early as 986 AD. It has a permanent residential population of only 500. The rest are tourists, and it can be pretty busy in the summer, especially in the weekends. Make sure you take a short walk up the hill to the Church of San Giorgio. Not only is it a piece of history, the view from here is an Instagrammer's delight. This is postcard material at its very best. Behind San Giorgio is an old cemetery, known for its stone graves stacked above the ground like lockers. And its decorative mausoleums guarded by marble angels. Continue your walk up the hill and you'll find the gate of Castle Brown, which conspicuously stands guard over Portofino. For a modest entry fee, you can explore it. Castle Brown inspired the 1922 novel The Enchanted April, based on the author's stay at the castle. Although British and other Northern European aristocratic tourists began visiting in the late 19th century, the book was credited for making Portofino famous in the 20th century. This later became a movie released in 1991, known for its scenery. This is the awe-inspiring view from Castle Brown's ramparts. There was no need for us to use our drone for this stunning shot. If your legs can summon just a little more energy, continue the pleasant walk to the end of the peninsula. The scenery along the way is delightful. Once you get to the end, you'll find the Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is a cool, perfectly positioned bar where you can just sit back and enjoy a well-earned drink as your reward for making the effort to get here. As you might expect, the views are stunning while you sip your beer, wine or cocktail and enjoy the included snacks. Back in the center of Portofino, you'll find this outdoor sculptural gallery. Once again, for a small entry fee, you can stroll through the exhibits. Some are classical, some are cute and quirky, and some are a bit weird. Well, that's modern art after all. Perfectly positioned on one of the hills above Portofino is Belmond Hotel Splendido. Originally a Benedictine monastery, it was eventually abandoned by the monks in the 16th century due to repeated ransackings by pirates. It then fell into disrepair. However, in the 19th century, the property was purchased by aristocrat Baron Barata, who renovated it into a summer house. Then, in 1901, Ruggero Valentini bought it and turned it into a hotel. By the 1950s, it attracted famous British and American visitors who made Splendido their home away from home. Its portfolio of guests resembles a who's who of both Hollywood stars and royalty, with names like the Duke of Windsor, Sir Winston Churchill, Clark Gable, Elizabeth Taylor, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. Ava Gardner was not only a guest here, but she also made Portofino famous in the 20th century with her 1954 movie, The Barefoot Contessa. The price of a room here might melt your credit card, but dining or sipping champagne at La Terrazza, the terrace restaurant, will make you want to stay and stay. The waiting staff are the gold standard in presentation, service and friendliness. And the view overlooking the bay from Hotel Splendido is, well, splendid. Some visitor tour groups only spend a few hours in Portofino. Others only spend a single night here because Portofino is compact. You can take in the highlights in just one day. But try to stay for at least 2 days to allow yourself to really appreciate this picture book seaside village. And if you do, you might get the chance to also visit Santa Margherita, a lovely town just a short drive away. In fact, many travelers who come to visit Portofino stay there. The warm evening comes, you can reflect on your dreamlike visit here, wondering if it was all real as you dine in one of those seaside cafes for the last time. So let the dream continue. Take out your phone and open your Spotify, Apple Music or YouTube app to play Danita or Andrea Bocelli's version of the song Love in Portofino. As you stroll up to San Giorgio to gaze at the view one last time while listening to the opening lyrics which go, "I found my love in Portofino," that romantic feeling might just stir in you. Italy has many treasures, including many coastal must-sees. Because the coast lines the waters of the Mediterranean, all of these towns draw visitors looking for that little bit of history and magic combined in a village-like setting. Portofino is a favorite of these villages for many travelers, who put it at the top of their list of priority Italian destinations, along with big cities like Rome, Venice, and Florence. Except, unlike these big cities, they come here because it's a small and intimate contrast in their Italian experience. Because Portofino is la Dolce Vita, the sweet life. Because Portofino is a treasure of Italy and the world.